guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison. Don't think it's safe inside. I got that chicken to go. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No call. For real. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your. Breno Javinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Rams. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Orange, 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 orange.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that's incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Goff now looks to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Two first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Gurley again here on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Demario Davis there on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, Hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And Zuerlein's kick is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game and you look at the backgrounds of these kickers? It's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. The 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Now this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
To throw is gone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. On the crossing route, complete. It's Thomas. 23 yards on the play. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
first down. Bridgewater under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Michael Brockers in there to get him for a loss of 5. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Ted Ginn, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Goff. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They take over 1st and 10 following the interception. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Now Goff on 1st down. He gets it to Cooks.
Well,
Still moving. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Woods. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Again, Goff. This pass caught with the 4. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Cooks scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Rams are in for 6. And this one through the uprights and good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On first down, it's Gurley. Runs through the contact. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Goff now to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Goff turns and gets to Gurley. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Goff. And he'll go down. 20-yard line. Alex Okafor. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. It'll be a gain of 2. And speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Bridgewater on 1st down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. To throw, Bridgewater. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Flushed out right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal. Throwing is Bridgewater. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Cameron Meredith as the first half is winding down. And the Saints, if they convert the extra point, they'll have the lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second, aggressively, offensively, they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On first down, it's gone. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They go play action here on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he works free. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Second down, Bridgewater. He's got his man on the crossing route. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. First target, first catch, and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Delta. Delta.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Defensively, Ogbanya Okoronkwo made the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to launch this thing. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. 30, 10, touchdown, LA. Todd Gurley, 76 yards. And the Rams are now just a 2-point conversion away from tying this thing up. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
They'll try and run it with Gurley. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Bridgewater. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. A second down throw for Bridgewater. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
To throw is Bridgewater. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The Saints on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now you're coming back out. Now they've established this run game. The play-action pass could very well be open.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Again they run with Gurley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Rams on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Another carry now for Gurley. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Gone. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Goff now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. On the stop there defensively, Tyler Davison.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right. Come on now.
Back now in Los Angeles. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. They'll throw underneath for Gurley. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And that is incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Looking long for Thomas. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Here we go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
Now a handoff to Ingram. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now Bridgewater. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
First down, Bridgewater. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Bridgewater to throw it. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Bridgewater again. Letting one go deep for the... And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Ted Ginn, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints have moved out in front. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown.
Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. And just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense. And this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run here with Ingram. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Shell! DC!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They run it again with Kamara. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 17.
Get wild, man.
Here's Bridgewater. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Fights through, and now a crease. He's got daylight. He's at the 30. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And the Rams now coming out on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll make it second down. Out of the gun. Gone. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Goff on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
A give. This is Kamara. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college and happen in the NFL. The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Fire down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for